Hey guys, this is Mrs. Langeman. You are looking at page 35 in your ThinkUp books, Unit 4, Concept Application. We are going to go over this together. Throughout this video, you are going to be putting your answers on the video, and it will check you that way, okay? So make sure you're following along with me. So this unit discusses factors and multiples in prime and composite, okay? Number 1 says, which group of numbers includes only composite numbers, okay? So we are not looking for any prime numbers, okay? So if there's a prime number, it's automatically eliminated, okay? If you look at A, it's got 13 right there, okay? And I know that 13 is actually a prime number because 1 times 13 is the only factor pair that I can come up with for 13. I can't multiply it by 2 times anything will give me 13, 3 times anything will give me 13. Therefore, I can automatically eliminate letter choice A because I'm looking for only composite numbers. That means no prime, okay? Oh, there's 13 in B, so I can get rid of B as well because I know that B is prime, okay? So now I'm left with the answer choices C and D. And between those two, I've got to figure out if I have any prime numbers. Because if it's got a prime number in it, it cannot be right. Okay, so let's see. I'm going to look at C. 27. 27's odd, but I wonder if it's prime. Let me prove it. Okay, 1 times 27 will give me 27. 2, well, it doesn't end in a 0, 2, 4, 6, or 8. If it does not end in a 0, 2, 4, 6, or 8, then it's odd. Okay, so these are even numbers. If it ends in a 1, 3, 5, 7, or 9, that's an odd number. Okay. Alright, so because it does not end in a 0, 2, 4, 6, or 8, you cannot multiply it by 2. Therefore, it's not divisible by 2. So 2 is not going to be a factor. What about 3? 3 times what will give me 27? Well, it's going to be really hard to do this unit if you do not know your basic multiplication facts, okay? So 3 times 9 is actually going to give you 27. Again, you're going to get these problems wrong if you don't know your multiplication facts, okay? So 9 times 3 is 27. What about 4? Can anything be multiplied by 4 to get 27? Well, let me think about the 4s I know. Okay, so 4 times 5 is 20. 4 times 6 is 24. 4 times 7 is 28. Oh, it skips right over 27. Therefore, 4 is not a factor. Let's think about 5s. Well, I know nothing times 5 will give me 27. 5 times 3, 5 times 4, 5 times 5. Nothing will give me 27. 6s. 6 times something will give me 6 times something will give me 27. There is no number that I can multiply by 6 to get 27. What about 7? 7 times anything will give me 27. 7 times 3 is 21, 7 times 4 is 20. Nope, 7s aren't going to work. 8, let's see, 8 times 3 is 24. Nothing there. And then I'm here at 9s. And once you start repeating, if you were going to put a 9 here, then you were finished, okay? So 27 is in fact composite, because it has more than the 1 times 27. It's got 3 times sides. So that is a composite number. 28 is even. So therefore, if it's even, it's automatically composite. So composite, composite. 42 is even, so it's automatically composite. And 48 is even, so it's automatically composite. Therefore, C is my correct answer. I want to show you why D is not correct, okay? So 12 is an even number, and if it's even, it's automatically composite because it's divisible by 2. 35 is a composite number because it's a multiple of 5, okay? 5 times 7 will give you 35. 42 is even, therefore it's composite. And let's look at 47. What factors can I multiply together to get 47? 1 times 47 2, no, 3, I don't know any 3's times anything will give me 47. 4 times 10 is 40. 4 times 11 is 44. 4 times 12 is 48. Nope. 5's no. There is nothing. Therefore, 47 is prime because there's only that number times 1. So that is prime. So for number 1, we're looking for only composite. That's why it could not be D because D has a prime number in it. Okay? Let's look at number 2. The number 42 is a multiple of which number? So what times what will give you 42? Okay? So think about multiples. Oh, I'm sorry. We're looking at multiples and not factors. I misread that. Okay, so 42 is a multiple of which number? So think about, let's count by 7s. Okay, 7 times 1, 7 times 2, 7 times 3, 7 times 4, 7 times 5, 7 times 6. Oh, 42. That works for this one. But 5s, if you count by 5s, are you ever going to get a 42? No, you're not. So therefore, A cannot be the right answer because we're looking for a multiple of both. Okay? So look at B. We've got 2. So because it ends in a 0, 2, 4, 6, or 8, it is going to be divisible by 2. Okay? So you could sit here and count out by 2's until you got to 42, but the largest number that you learned with your multiplication is 12 times 2 will give you 24. Okay, so I'm going to start there. 24, 26, 28, 30, 32, 34, 36, 38, 40, 42. Oh, it's a multiple of 2. Alright, so I'm going to check 2 off. What about 9? Let's think about our multiples of 9. Okay, so we've got 9, 18. That's 9 times 1, 9 times 2, 9 times 3, 9 times 4, 9 times 5, 9 times... Oh, wait. I've already skipped over 42, so it can't be 9, so that can't be right either. Okay. Alright, so let's think about 6. What are my multiples of 6? Okay, 6 times 1, 6 times 2, 6 times 3, 6 times 4, 6 times 5, 6 times 6, 6 times 7. Oh, there's 42 right there. Alright, and multiples of 3. Okay, so let me think about my multiples of 3. The biggest multiple I learned last year of 3 was 30. 12 times 3 is 36. Okay, so I'm going to start there. Oh my goodness, it's a multiple of 42 as well. C looks like my answer, so I'm going to go ahead and circle it. But I wanted to show you why D is not the correct answer. Okay, so 8, let's list multiples of 8. Okay, 8, 6, 10, 24, 32, 40, 48. So it skips right over 42. Okay. So therefore, D could not be the correct answer. Alright. Okay, number 3. Clark Store is celebrating its 6th anniversary by giving gift cards to every 6th customer. Which list only shows multiples of 6? Okay, so multiples of 6. Now remember, we're not listing factors, we're listing multiples of 6. So those are the products of 6. So 6 times 1 is 6. 6 times 2 is 12. 6 times 3, 18. 6 times 4, 6 times 5, 6 times 6, 6 times 7. Okay, so all of those are multiples. Multiples of 6. Alright, so if you circled A, I think I know what you did wrong. You probably did factors, like a T factor chart. We are not doing factors because it says multiples of 6. Okay, so it is not A because those are not the multiples of 6. Usually when it asks you for multiples, it's going to do it's usually going to start at the number, which is okay if it doesn't. It can still be the right answer, okay? So look at B. We've got 12 listed up here. We've got 18 listed up here. We've got 24, and we've got 30. All of those are listed, so I'm thinking that B is probably my correct answer. Let's look at C to be sure. 6 is listed. 13? 13's not up here. It's a multiple of 6, so it can't be C. 18 is listed up here. 24 is listed up here. Is 32 a multiple of 6? 6 times what will give you 32? No, that's not correct. So the correct answer is B. Okay? Number 4 says, which is a factor of 36? Now, remember when we talked about factor, we're going to do I like to do the T-chart. 36. Okay, a factor. What are numbers? So I'm going to have to fully list out all my factors of 36 before I can even look at these. Okay? I can't automatically eliminate A, because I know nothing times 5 will give me 36. And I can automatically eliminate C because I know 10 times nothing will give me 36. Okay, so looking at the other options, I'm going to see what I can find here. Okay, so 36 is one that has a whole lot of factors. So you've got 1 times 36. That's where I'm going to start. It ends in a 0, 2, 4, 6, or 8. So therefore, I know it's going to be, got a factor of 2. 2 times what gives me 36? Well, that's really hard to do because you haven't learned division yet. But you can count by 2s until you get to 36 and figure out what that number is. Okay? So 18 times 2 is actually going to give you 36. Okay? And then you've got 3. What times 3 will give you 36? Well, again, that's really hard to do without knowing division. But you could count by 3s and skip count by 3s until you get to 36 and see how many times you have done that. Okay? So you should have learned this basic fact anyways, that 12 times 3 is 36. So you should have actually learned that one. Okay? You should have also learned this. 4 times what will give you 36? 4 times 9 will give you 36. Okay? So I've already said that 5 is not going to be an option because I can't multiply anything by 5 to get 36. And then 6. Oh, I know. 6 times 6 is 36. 7. Is there anything that I can multiply by 7 to get 36? So I'm trying to think. There is nothing I can multiply by 7. What about my 8? 8 times something will give me 36. Well, I know 8 times 4 gives me 32. And 8 times 5 gives me 40. So it skips right over 36. So that's not going to work. And then I'm starting back at 9. So I've already repeated all of these. Okay? So these are the factors of 36. And that is a lot. So number 4 says, which number is a factor of 36? 8 is not listed up here, however, 12 is. So the correct answer is D12. Okay? Alright. And again, look at all this work that I'm doing on these papers for these. It's really hard to do this without showing all of your work. Okay? Alright, so number 5. Says Estelin creates arrays with square tiles for numbers less than 20. These are all the possible arrays for the numbers. So think about this. All the possible arrays. Well, let's talk about this array. What does it represent? Okay. How many rows is it? It's 1 row times how many are in each row? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 13. Okay. This one is 1 column. And how many rows do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 13. That's interesting. Why are there no other arrays for that number? Well, what do arrays represent? Okay, they represent the 2 factors that are multiplied together to give you a product. So if there's only 2 of them, let's see. Based on the arrays, what can you conclude about the number 13? Let's think about that. The number 13 is composite. Well, let's figure out if it's prime or composite. Okay, 1 times 13 is 13. 2 is not divisible by 2 because it doesn't end in a 0, 2, 4, 6, or 8. Not divisible. 3. 3 times 3 is 9. 3 times 4 is 12. No. 3 times, no. 4. 4 doesn't go in. 5 times nothing is going to be 13. 6. So 13 is, I can't think of another factor pair, so 13 is actually prime. So it is not composite, so we're going to get rid of A. The number 13 is prime. I think that's a good possibility, but I'm going to read the other ones. The number 13 has a factor of 2. That's not true because 2 times nothing will give me 13, so that can't be true. The number 13 is lucky. Well, that might be your opinion, but that doesn't have anything to do about the square tile. So the best answer choice is B. Okay. All right, let's look at number 6. Okay. Number 6 says, the runners in a race wear numbers from 20 to 50. Okay, the number on Evan's shirt is a prime number, so we're looking for something that is prime. Which of these could not be the number on Evan's shirt? Okay, so basically, this question is saying that there are 3 composite No, I read that wrong. That means that there are 3 primes and 1 composite. Okay, I'm sorry about that. 3 primes and 1 composite. Okay, so we are actually looking for the 1 composite number, the one number that has multiple factors in it. Okay, so if you notice your answer choices, you've got 49, 47, 29, and 23. They're all odd, so you might automatically think that they're all prime. But there's actually one of them that is composite. We've got to figure it out. So let's start by making some T-charts. If I was going to do this problem, I would need to make some T-charts to figure out the factor pairs. Okay, let's see what I can come up with here. 49, 1 times 49 is going to be, what other number? Well, I know 2 is not going to work. 2 because it doesn't end in 0, 2, 4, 6, or 8. 3, no. 4, I don't think so. Okay, so, oh, I know, 7 times 7 is 49. Okay, so really the only way that it's really going to click with you, especially if you know your multiplication like the back of your hand, you should really see, when you think of 49, it should remind you of a certain multiplication pair, okay? And so 7 times 7 is 49. That means this is automatically composite because it has more than one factor pair, okay? 47 is prime. 29 is prime. And 23 is prime as well. Therefore, A must be his shirt number. A could not be the shirt number because you're looking for the prime, okay? And this is the composite, okay? All right, number 7. Jan lists all the factors of 40, okay? So I can't tell you if Jan's correct or incorrect without me actually making a factor T-chart of 40. I'm not even going to look at this information because I'm going to do it myself. I can't tell you if they're right or wrong if I don't actually do it by myself. So 1 times 40, it ends in a 0, 2, 4, 6, or 8, so I know it's divisible by 2. 2 times what will give me 40? Well, if you don't know off the top of your head, you could skip count by 2 until you got to 40, okay? But I know 2 times 20 is going to give me 40. Okay, 3s. 3 is really hard to do with a large number like that. Again, you could skip count until you could count by 3s and see if you came across 40, okay? And it is not divisible by 3. 4s, oh I know, 4 times 10, automatically. Oh, 5s, 5 times 8. 6, no, because 6 times 7 is 42. 7 times 7 is 49. 7, no, okay. And then oh, I'm starting to repeat here. So these are only, I'm going to rewrite them over here, the factors of 40. 1, 2, 4, 5, 8, 10, 20, and 40. Now, I'm looking why Jan was incorrect. Let me see what Jan did. So she's got 1, she's got 2, she's got, what is 3? What did she multiply by 3? I don't see that. She's got the 4, she's got the 5, she's got the 8, the 10, the 20, and the 40. So I'm wondering where Jan got this 3. That could be the incorrect piece, but we've got to figure that out. A, the factors of 40 do not include 5. That's not true because they actually do include 5, okay? The factors of 40 do not include 3. That looks like that's definitely going to be my answer choice, but I'm going to read C and D. The number 40 is not a factor of itself. Well, 1 times 40 is 40, so that's not true. Numbers always have an even number as a factor. That is not true either. I never said that. Okay, so the correct answer is B.